What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you all had a fantastic day today. And today we have the January 2024 Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update for you all. I really hope each and every one of you are excited for today's video, as today we kick off the 2024 airport updates. Man, what an exciting day. These have obviously been a huge staple of my channel over the last, ever since I started the channel over the last 6 years. So really excited. Of course, Albuquerque was the first monthly airport update series dating back to June of 2018. And here we are in January of 2024, well over 60 updates in. And I'm really excited for this year, as hopefully we'll have some exciting movements. So we certainly have quite a bit to cover today with some seasonal service and also some changes in the routes. So I'm excited to get into those, and I hope each and every one of you are as well. We're not going to waste any further time. We'll kick it off as usual over here with American's Lone Gate here on this side. So right here we have this American Eagle Embraer J-175. This aircraft's currently making the non-stop service coming in from the Austin Bertram International Airport, and now it's going to be heading back out there. Unfortunately, we'll start off with the only unfortunate news here of today's airport update. The Austin movement is over, as we've seen, and as a result, the Austin route here for American will be terminated in February. So very unfortunate, but not really what Albuquerque did, rather what American's doing. So not a byproduct of the route. In fact, this is one of their more successful routes out of Albuquerque, which is delighting. It was up to 2 daily at its peak, so definitely cool. Hopefully maybe Delta or somebody will come in and try to pick back up on this. I know Southwest obviously certainly will take advantage of that too, so we'll just be patient and see what we can find. But nevertheless, Southwest will continue to carry that route until we maybe get some more competition on it, so we'll see. But certainly an interesting piece of news, but as this was kind of expected long term, so not a complete shock to say the least. Right here we have the Delta connection Embraer J-175 with the enhanced wingles for SkyWest GeminiJets. Thank you so much. Coming in from the Los Angeles International Airport. In fact, I think this is the first time it's been in the Albuquerque updates, I believe. So this is just awesome, because as you all know, we set up the 2 ERJ-170s at the corner gates for Los Angeles and Salt Lake City for a very long time. Let me get kind of a view. So obviously before Delta stopped using this gate, we'd have the 175s here and then the 321 right here in the middle. So that's all I can think of. So it's really awesome to see that not only we've got the 175 now, but you can see another new aircraft type in here, which is so exciting. So yeah, certainly a very delighting time here, and very glad to finally get a model of this aircraft to represent here at the Sunport. So I'm really excited to see what Delta will do going into the future with their 175s. And now that we have the asset, we can utilize it to its fullest potential. So I'm sure we'll get back in here for Salt Lake City and some others here in the future too. But for now, Los Angeles is the primary route that this aircraft flies on into here. So it's really cool to see the diversity. It's also being used on SLC, of course. So how exciting is this? So glad to have this model. It's an absolutely awesome plane. GeminiJets, thank you so much. And I'm so excited for the future here with the Delta 175 here in the update. But again, heading out to Los Angeles, 3 daily flights, going really strong, and very excited for what's to come here in the near future on this route. New aircraft scheduled type alert right here. Right here we have a Delta Airlines Airbus A220-300. This is certainly the biggest surprise in my opinion for 2024 here at the Sunport, coming in from Salt Lake City. So this was really surprising. As you all know, they've been sending mainline over the last several months, A321, 737-800, 737-900. Now we got the Airbus A220. So to my knowledge, this is the first regularly scheduled Airbus A220 service into the airport, but you'll have to stay tuned for next month, as that's not the only piece of news for the A220 here. So yeah, this is really delighting to finally get a really modern aircraft type here at the airport. Of course, this airport's carried by the 737s and Airbus narrowbody aircraft, but it's awesome to see some variety. This A220 is a great addition, and I'm excited to see how it goes for many years to come, hopefully. So this is a overnight service. It's been really awesome to get the diversity on that SLC mainline that we sustained over the last year, and this is no exception to that. So we're really excited to see the major updates that Delta's providing, especially all the way up to the 200 or 300 rather, not the 100 even to start. So certainly a very delighting change, and I'm really excited to see what this can be going into the future. So very cool change, certainly really awesome to see, and I'm eager to see what the future of that will hold here in the near future. Right here we have this Delta Airlines Airbus A320. This aircraft's currently making the non-stop service coming in from the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. So yet another very interesting aircraft change. As you all know, this usually is an Airbus 321 or even a 737-900 like it was a couple of times last year. But here's the Airbus A320 coming in multiple times a day. I believe the 321 still doing that overnight, but I think they just lightened up the capacity a little bit, not only for the SLC flight back there, but also just to kind of make sure that they fill up the seats to the best of their ability. So good job, Delta, for maximizing seeing what they're sending, and it's cool to get some variety here. This also is the debut of my GeminiJets version that I got recently, so that's exciting. I do have the Aero Classics that I'm selling, so that's why I don't have that anymore. And this one unfortunately does have a little chip. I did check on the eBay listing. It was on there. I just completely bypassed it when I saw how good the price was, so that one's on me. But anyway, the NG will be coming in the coming updates, and that'll kind of take over the primary role anyways. So this will be a secondary aircraft here, although it's a very good one at that. This is the 373 release, so certainly glad to have this, and this will be a great asset. So here it is, debuting here at Albuquerque, serves out to Atlanta, so very fitting right there to say the least. And another debut here at the airport will be the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Salmon People livery, coming in from Seattle, Tacoma. Alaska also really backing off the capacity to ensure the highest load factors possible. Only 5 737s a week now, not even a daily service. The Portland service has also been suspended for the upcoming months, so that's really unfortunate to see. But again, they're balancing it out to the best of their ability, and I can't fault them for doing what is best. So that's what we have here, but very glad the main line's still intact, and I'm sure it will be for a very long time. And we get to use this amazing special livery in the process. So that's awesomeness. Really glad to have this in today's airport update. And again, Alaska being an absolute force here at the Sunport, and excited for what's to come here in the near future. American Airlines continues to be a force with their mainline offerings. You're going to find the Airbus A319 on the bottom left going out to Phoenix Sky Harbor International. So Phoenix continues to go well too. Then we have the Airbus A320 in the middle coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. You're seeing all kinds of aircraft on that route as always, so glad to see the 320 making it back in for today's airport update. And then on the right, you have the 737-800 coming in from Chicago O'Hare, so glad to see that going really well. And they're also competing a little bit more than their competition. You get a little frame of them on the corners of your screen right now. So good job there on those routes. American doing really well so far. Obviously, I would expect more capacity to Dallas with the Austin termination, so eager to see what happens there. And that should be a pretty good movement there for American going forward, so that will be absolutely awesome. Then over here, you can find the United Airlines mainline aircraft that we have for today's airport update. The Boeing 737-800 is currently making the nonstop service today, coming in from Houston George Bush Intercontinental, which is seeing a variety of aircraft types, but mainly the Airbus narrowbodies. We just got the 737 in here for some variety, and I thought this duo shot was pretty cool. So very excited to have this aircraft here in today's airport update, and this is going to be an absolute awesome aircraft right there. And on the right of your screen, we have the 737-900 in the Evo Blue livery, coming in from Denver today, of course, which has been a force out of Albuquerque for them, and eager to see how they'll utilize it here in the new year. So that's going to be absolutely awesome right there, to say the least. Let's move down the line a little bit, where we're going to find some more interesting low-cost carriers. We got the Spirit Airlines Airbus A320neo, the new GeminiJets release, and I'll move the jet bridge so you can see what the difference is. So you can see right there, we have the raccoon mask on this one. So glad that this is making its appearance here in the airport. I believe this is the second or third appearance for this aircraft so far. Anyway, this aircraft's currently making the service coming in right now from Las Vegas, which is a daily flight. So glad that Spirit's really made a presence known here at Albuquerque, and excited to see what they'll do in the future. So they've been a solid asset, and hopefully they'll continue to do just that. And then we have the Southwest Airlines section, starting with the 737-800, which is currently making the service coming in from Dallas Love Field, and now it's heading over to Los Angeles. So a nice variety. We had some really cool routes start up in 2023, like Orlando, Burbank, and well, Burbank's been here, I'm sorry. So let's try that again. It was Long Beach, Baltimore coming back, and the other route was our service to Orlando. So, and San Antonio also making its appearance back, and Kansas City. So we had some really cool resumptions along with some new ones. So Southwest certainly taking the cake there, and excited for what they can do with their new services here in the near future. And here's this side where we'll find these three Southwest Airlines aircraft. We'll start with the brand new 737 MAX from NG. You can certainly tell the color's too dark, no doubt about it. It is what it is, what can you do, but luckily the mold's good to make up for it. So there's that 737 MAX 8 on the top, coming in from Kansas City. Now it's going to be making a flight today over to Las Vegas. So very cool to see the popular offerings here at Albuquerque rather, and eager to see what they'll do here in this new year. Tennessee 1 on the 737-700 is coming in from Baltimore, and now it's going to be making the flight over to Houston Hobby. So yet another example of some popular offerings here, so that's great to see. Lastly, we have the 737-700 in the bottom left of your screen. This aircraft is currently making the non-stop flight today, coming in right now from Austin Bertram, and now it's going to be heading out to San Diego. So very cool to see all this variety here with these aircraft, so that's absolutely awesome. There's the sneezes. Apologies, guys. Had to get that going so we can get back to our normal flow. So looking great. And macro mode continues to haunt us no matter what the year is, 2023, 2024, 2022, you name it. There we go. Let's try this. So right here we have the United Express Embraer ERJ-175, as this aircraft is making the non-stop flight today, coming in from San Francisco, which is two 175s right now. So last year it was one mainline aircraft, so this is certainly the same capacity, just a little bit of variety here to try to maximize the capacity, get as many people on as possible with 2 times rather than 1. So I approve. This is great. I'm sure we'll see our mainline coming back soon, but yeah, great to see the new year, and United starting out strong with multiple flights to San Francisco, and that's absolutely awesome. All right, and next up here, as you can see, we have 2 general aviation offerings with the, this is a King Air substituting for the Advanced Air flight to Silver City, so certainly glad to see that going strong right there, and excited to hopefully get a correct aircraft in 2024 to represent that. That's one of the Albuquerque New Year's resolutions. And we have a Learjet 75 over there on your left, as this aircraft is coming in right now from Austin Bertram, and now is going to be heading over to Van Nuys. So certainly glad to see that going strong right there too. This UPS Airbus A300 freighter is making the service right now, coming in from Louisville, Kentucky. So glad to see this service going pretty well. And now it's going to be heading on to Dallas-Fort Worth. And we have the 767 also coming in from Louisville, but now it's heading on to Ontario. So glad to see some variety there here for the cargo ramp. And we have the FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter, as this aircraft is making the non-stop service right now, coming in from Memphis. So glad to see this aircraft also going really well. So excited to see what's to happen with that here in the near future. Alrighty, we have a couple of final aircraft taxiing out for departure. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Here's this Prime Air Boeing 737-800 freighter, as this aircraft is currently making the non-stop service today, coming in from Cincinnati. This afternoon cargo service has been really critical here at the airport, so glad to see this aircraft going on and making great route progress. So that's looking very good right there. And then we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Heart livery, as this aircraft is currently making a non-stop departure today, heading over to Oakland, and this aircraft came in earlier today from Denver. So glad to see the Southwest secondary hubs going really well, along with their primary hubs as well, or focus cities in Southwest terms, so call it what you will. Here's the Chicago competition for the United ERJ-175 for SkyWest today. Certainly not a 737, but again, just the balance. It's kind of been really interesting to see how United and American have competed out Chicago. It really just depends on destination. Pensacola, Florida is a really good example. American barely can even do a Saturday only, yet United does a 737-800 there, which I just find crazy, or some equivalent mainline aircraft. Then you have airports like this, where American has the upper hand with their mainline offerings compared to United's regional jets. And then you're going to find airports like Tulsa that have regional jets for both. And then Reno is another really good example where United's kind of dominated there with their mainline presence, and American just now getting that route started back up here later in the year. So again, it's been really interesting to watch. It just depends on the airport region, other connecting hubs, and other equivalent factors. I think for Albuquerque, having that San Francisco service is a huge difference maker, because obviously Pensacola and other airports don't have that, so that I think is a factor there. So that certainly has to do with it. But of course, we have the service. That's the main point here. So good job, United, and keep up the great work. We have one more American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175 taxiing on to runway 8. This aircraft's heading out to Los Angeles. Very glad to see this aircraft going really good, and I'm eager to see what's to come of the Los Angeles flights here in the future. So I'm trying to get it focused. It's mainly CRJ-700s and ERJ-175. So that's what you're seeing right here for SkyWest. So that's looking very good too. So with all that being said, that'll do it for the first airport update of 2024. What an exciting one this was. I'm excited for the new year here at the Sunport. We have some awesome changes that have been taking place, especially with the E220, but stay tuned for next month, as there'll be another Airbus E220 coming in the regular service. You can probably start taking your guesses. They are not in the airport right now. That's your guess due to the inconsistencies they provide, but you'll have to wait till February to find out for sure what that is. So I really hope you all enjoyed this. Very excited for what's to come this year. We got some exciting changes and hopefully more new routes to go around with the one that's already been announced, Sun Country service to Minneapolis starting in June. So looking very forward to that and eager to see what's to happen here going into the future. So with all that being said, everybody, that'll do for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.